Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this Hubbell 175 watt Microliter series floodlight. Now this I picked up at the ReStore a while back for $12. It is brand new. I believe it was used as some type of a floor show model because it has a little bit of wear on it, but not really much. And I'll show you what is weird about it in a moment. It's not really anything weird, it's just missing a screw. But here's the fixture. It's pretty big for what it is, and here is the spec sheet to go along with it. So we have one of the PLA models here at the bottom, the 175 watt metal halide. I'm not entirely sure what beam angle one we have because I don't have another one to compare it to. However, this is the one that we have, and here we are. So we have the front of the fixture here. This optical assembly is rotatable, so you can move it to a different angle. We'll see that when we open it up. Let's take a measurement here. It's about 9.5 inches. It should be square. Yep, about 9.25. 9.25. Of course, we have the typical knuckle looking mount here to go to our standard outdoor electrical box. So we have that all wired up. On the back, we don't really have much. It is indented a little bit here. We do have these two screws here, and I believe they're just there for like drip holes. I think if you have it pointing up at an angle, you can take these out, and then any water that gets in the fixture can drip out the bottom. Here we have some drip holes. I don't know if you can see them. Right there, and there should be another one right there, so to help water get out of the fixture itself. We have, of course, the hinge, which if you bend it back at a certain angle, you can take the front assembly off. So let's move this aside, and I will get a screwdriver for the fixture. We'll take these screws out. Okay, so we'll open it up, and we have our tempered glass lens here. Very nice. Again, you can bend this down at just the right angle. You can pull the assembly off, set that aside, and of course we have the reflector assembly. It's pretty simple, just a curved reflector here, not a whole bunch of different geometric shapes to help point the light in different directions. Very simple curve. There's usually two screws here, 1 and 2, but this one is missing. It actually came with this square head screw in there, but it doesn't fit, so I just took it out. Of course, we have the Venture bulb, which is original to the fixture. Venture lighting bulbs are usually placed with fixtures when they're brand new, so I'm assuming it is brand new and came with the fixture itself. Of course, we have some caution symbols here. Disconnect before servicing. What does this one say? Not for use in dwellings. However, I thought it said on that sheet that it is certified for indoor and outdoor use. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the 175 watt model being so high power isn't. Or maybe they're just talking about inside of a room where you sleep or something in a bedroom versus like an atrium or something. Take out the one screw and lift up on the socket because that's part of the assembly. So there's the reflector assembly. You can see it's reasonably deep there. You see the socket, and of course the bulb. Let's move that aside. And I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. I think it's going to be easier because this thing is kind of awkwardly heavy to hold up to the camera. So we have an Advanced Transformer Company ballast in here. It says that you can hook up a standby lamp of 100 watts max. Interesting. I wonder if they ever equipped these kind of floodlights with that. I kind of doubt it, but that's definitely a thing with metal halides. For when the power goes out and comes back on, of course, you have to wait for it to cool down before it can strike an arc again. Of course, we have the 4 taps here, 120, 208, 240, and 277 volt. We do have the capacitor to make this high power factor. So that's the insides. It's pretty simple. There's no sticker or mention of the Hubbell name inside of the fixture. So it's pretty simple. I'm assuming all of this paste is some type of heatsink paste. I'm not entirely sure, but they sure put a lot of it on the capacitor here. So you have their Hubbell's pretty standard, these little metal things, and then you screw it down to hold the ballast in place. I've seen that in a lot of their fixtures before. So I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod here. There we go. And like I said, this can be put at different angles, so you can have it like this. I'm assuming it throws the light more this way then. And then of course you can do it this way. I've seen catalog pictures of it both ways, so I'm not entirely sure what way they usually shipped them with, because there's markings on each of these holes, so I think it's been both directions. But when I received it, or picked it up rather, it was like this at the restore. So I'm assuming it originally must have came like this, and they changed it for show or whatever. But I'm going to keep it this way, and mostly because most floodlights have the socket at an angle going this way, where this one it's with the box itself right from the bottom, so that's pretty unique. We'll put the screws back in, and I'll put the front back on, and we'll give it a whirl. Okay, so this is the second time the Venture bulb has been turned on. I turned it on the first time, of course, when I got the fixture to make sure it works, and it works well. So let's go ahead and turn it on in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Took it a little bit there before it could strike. We'll focus on the arc tube. Doesn't that just look really cool with that reflector assembly? Let me adjust the camera here. Beautiful. It's almost like a moon with a metal halide bulb in it. Boy, that's pretty. Let's get that centered up. Oh, then it switches cameras, because, you know, there's 2 cameras on my phone, so it decided, hey, this camera isn't good enough, let's use the other camera. Pretty cool. Okay, so, as usual, let's go ahead and let this bulb warm up. Okay, so we're certainly at full brightness now, and boy does this bulb change color temperatures as it warms up. We had a very nice cool blue color when we were warming up, and now we're at a very nice kind of like a vanilla-y white ivory color. I don't know. It's a very nice white yellowy. It's nice, whatever it is. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll zoom out here. Of course, all you can see is just the bulb itself. So let me refocus here. Okay, with the autofocus back on, let's back up and take a look at this thing. It lights up everything. It's obviously doing its job. Get down right in there. Yeah, it has a hard time focusing on that. But very nice, beautiful fixture. Gonna put the camera back on the tripod here. And, oh well, that was something. Now we're going to put the camera back on the tripod. Okay, so after dropping my phone on the light and not breaking the light or my phone, which I'm very happy about, we're going to go ahead and do the lux meter here. Of course, it's not that helpful because we're not doing lumens, but we'll do our best and get you some information here for what it's worth. So we'll hold it about a foot away from the fixture itself. And of course we get 1, so we're going to change our range here. Notice at the bottom the multiplier. Times 10. Okay, times 100. So that's our lux at 1 foot away. Of course, if we move 2 feet away, if we're at a 45-degree angle from the light source, about 1 foot away. And of course, if you're at the side, you're not really going to get much because, well, that's not where it's shining. So directly 1 foot away from the light source, you definitely get quite a bit of lux there. Yeah, so of course, if you want to convert that to lumens, you have to, what is it? A lumen is like light over a square foot or something, I believe. So a lux is just a pinpoint, thus using just this here, a pinpoint of light. So, yeah, there's that. Set that aside. And that's really about it. Of course, we can watch it cool down a little bit. Let's unplug it here, if I can. And it's glowing. So anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this Hubbell 150 watt, oh, not 150 watt, 175 watt metal halide floodlight. Also, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.